Well, another failed effort at passing a voter bill in the United States Senate. It failed again today. Senator Chuck Schumer brought it to the floor. Republicans are still not going to go for it. It ain't going to happen, y'all. You got to either end the filibuster. The only Republican to vote for it was Lisa Murkowski of Alaska. Here's what she had to say.
From Alaska.
Madam President, I've come to the floor this afternoon to speak also about the John R. Lewis Voting Rights Advancement Act. This is S4. Listening to my friend from Virginia here describe some of the history that he and his family have lived through. Again, these are an important part of the discussions and the debate when we talk about one of the very cornerstones of our identity as an extraordinary nation, one of these principles of democracy and freedom, and those are fair and open elections. The Majority Leader filed cloture on the motion to proceed on Monday evening, and despite some very real reservations that I have, and it's fair to talk about those reservations, I will be among those who vote to begin debate on this measure when we have this vote in a few minutes here. And I will do so because I strongly support and I believe that Congress should enact a bipartisan reauthorization of the Voting Rights Act. We have done that. Congress has done that 5 times since 1965, typically by an overwhelming margin here in the Senate. It's been about 15 years now since our last amendment to the Voting Rights Act, and I think it's fair to say that 15 years passage, it's probably timely and necessary to look at updates. And in order to do that, I think, Madam President, that what we have to do is we've got to step back from the partisanship. We've got to step back from the politicization that is driving this conversation. I think we should be able to agree to meaningful improvements that will help ensure that all our elections are free, they're fair, and they're accessible to all Americans. Now, those who follow.
All right, then, of course, while that was taking place, Black Voters Matter, they were actually protesting in Washington, D.C. as well, continuing the pressure. The group of black women are going to be protesting tomorrow. We'll be live streaming that from 2 to 3 p.m. as well. And so you're seeing the continuation of the effort to try to get a voting bill. Bottom line is, look, what we're seeing, John, over and over and over again, we're seeing look, at the end of the day, unless Democrats are willing to break the filibuster, there's not going to be a For the People Act, a John Lewis Act. It's not going to happen. All those people who would walk up to John and praise him and love on him when he was alive, they don't give a damn the bill is named after him. They don't give a damn that he actually wrote the bill. The Republicans are not going to vote for it. So the only way this bill gets passed is if Democrats break the filibuster. John?
Hello?
Yes, go ahead.
Yeah. You're talking to me? My bad. So, I think I think that there's this perception that the Biden administration is not bringing their A game to this. There's this perception that President Biden is not pushing hard enough to get his own agenda passed. And, the reality is, I don't know if that's true or not, but I understand why it's seen that way. I believe that him and the Senate Majority Leader Schumer, they both, there's this perception that they're soft and that they're not pushing hard enough for the agenda to be passed. And they're not playing hardball enough I don't know. I'm not behind that wall, but I know something different needs to be done, because if it's not, well, there goes democracy. It's really that simple. You literally have the opposition who supports being able to overturn the people's decision. They're going along with the former President Trump's fascism. And it doesn't seem like there's a sense of urgency from the White House.
Scott?
Yeah, Roland, we've talked about this a lot. If I can tell you Biden's not doing enough, I can tell you that Harris isn't doing enough, because their own political survival and political survival of the Democratic Party is an issue. The problem with people that don't look like us in office are that they don't believe that. Time and time again, Black people have shown that they're the core of the Democratic Party, that they are the base of the Democratic Party. The majority of white Americans hasn't voted for a Democratic president since Lyndon Baines Johnson. And so you have white Democrats who just continue to believe that if they attract more white Democratic voters, that they're going to be okay. And yet and still, when you look at Barack Obama, when you look at Bill Clinton, it was the Black base of Democratic voters that gave them the White House, including the Biden White House. These are realities, and yet it's simply not enough. And so it is not smart. It is dumb for Biden-Harris not to do everything humanly possible to press and stress and get rid of the Klobuchar, Sinema, and Manchin. If they're going to go to the Republican Party, I got to tell you, what difference does it make? Because they're not helping us get our agenda done. And here's the thing. We're not going to win the White House back in 2024 or get the Senate or the House for the Democratic majority if you don't pass this Voting Rights Act. You're not going to get back to the House and Senate Democratic majority if you don't pass criminal justice reform. This is what they were elected to do. More than half of America said, this is what we want you to do. And they have not done it. And I don't care why they haven't done it. We have to be very results-oriented about it. You've convinced me, Roland, that protesting in the streets is a big part of this thing. Got it, okay? We're doing our part there. Not enough white Democrats aren't, though, because they don't believe they need the Black vote to get reelected in 2022 or even 2024. And so we're stuck in this political vortex, and neither side wants to move, but Black people are moving. We're mobilizing. We're protesting. We're doing everything we can. And for some reason, this White House doesn't want to do or negotiate or play hardball or whatever the levers of government or the White House are politically in order to defeat the filibuster and get this done. Because that's the only way it's going to get done. Every time Manchin says, I believe in bipartisanship, what happens? The Republicans show them otherwise. And so this is where we are.
Brianna?
And it's not moving one way or the other.
Yeah, I mean,
I got you, Brianna.
I agree. It's talking about the filibuster. We've talked about it extensively on the show together. And just to break down what it really is the fact that it was started over. We're not going to be able to pass this voting rights, as you said, Roland, without ending the filibuster. And so, like, the issue is, the reason the filibuster was created in the first place was to hold the slave states, right? And, it was enforced when they were trying to say it was okay to hang Black Americans on the trees. So, it took a while, 2018, to get lynching to be illegal, right? On books. And so, this is a thing that they've been utilizing forever at this point in order to keep us from our safety and our protections. And so, I mean, it's a shame that we have the majority of the Senate and in the House and we are not utilizing it. The people have spoke, and Mitch McConnell is still blocking what the people said they wanted. And so, we need to fight hard. To end the 60 vote threshold, get rid of the filibuster, because it definitely was for race reasons. They thought that, okay, the excuse, right? Of course, they didn't say, oh, it's to keep black people away. But, it was to shorten the process, because before you're supposed to have the bill brought, we learned this, conjunction, junction, what's your function? The bill is brought to the floor, the Senate debate the bill, the senator ended the bill, and then senators vote on the bill. And they thought, okay, well, this is too many rules. Let's cut it. And, which one they cut clearly was the debate. And, things can go on forever and forever. And they've been utilizing that to seize more power for white America.
Well, we'll see again what happens next.
Back to that Roland Martin unfiltered video in just one moment.
Oh, that spin class was brutal. Well, you can try using the Buick's massaging seat. Ooh, yeah, that's nice.
Can I use Apple CarPlay to put some music on?
Sure, it's wireless.
Pick something we all like. Okay, hold on. What's your Buick's Wi-Fi password?
Buick Envision 2021.
Oh, you should pick something stronger. That's really predictable.
That's a really tight spot. Don't worry, I used to hate parallel parking.
Me too.
Hey.
Really outdid yourself.
Yes, we did.
The all-new Buick Envision, an SUV built around you. All of
Time to be smart.
Roland Martin's doing this every day.
Oh, no punches!
Thank you, Roland Martin, for always giving voice to the issues.
Look for Roland Martin in the whirlwind, to quote Marcus Garvey again.
The video looks phenomenal, so I'm really excited to see it on my big screen.
Support this man, Black Media. He makes sure that our stories are told.
See, there's a difference between Black Star Network and Black-owned media and something like CNN.
I got to defer to the brilliance of Dr. Carr and to the brilliance of the Black Star Network.
I am rolling with Roland all the way.
Honored to be on a show that you own. A black man owns the show.
Folks, Black Star Network is here.
I'm real revolutionary right now. Roland was amazing on there.
Stay black. I love y'all. I can't commend you enough about this platform that you've created for us to be able to share who we are, what we're doing in the world, and the impact that we're having.
Let's be smart. Bring your eyeballs home.
You can't be Black-owned media and be scared. You dig?